Hey Team Concept, my name is Pushpinder Singh and my concept ID is KE20410. The Hutch and Vodafone deal, and I would like you all to watch till the end. This graph shows the foreign direct investment for the telecom industry in India. In the year 2005-2006 and 2006-2007, the FDI was quite low, and in 2007-2008 and 2008-2009 it was quite high. So the reason behind this is this Vodafone and Hutch deal case. In the year 2007-2008, many telecom industries showed interest in the Indian telecom market, and Vodafone being one of them. So here is where the case begins. Vodafone International Holdings, which is a Dutch company, decided to enter into the Indian telecom market in the year 2007. There were two options to enter into the market. First option, to set up their own place of establishment, that is, to have their own infrastructure, branches, offices, employees set up all over India, or take up or purchase an existing telecom company. So taking the second option, Vodafone International Holdings purchased Hutchison SR Limited (HEL), which is also known as Hutch, for a price of Rs 55,000 crore. Now coming to the tax part of it. Whenever someone sells his property, he is liable to pay CGT, Central Gains Tax, to the government or to the tax department. And whenever someone purchases a property, he has to deduct TDS, tax deducted at source, and pay the remaining amount to the seller. So to avoid such taxes, Vodafone and Hutch made a plan and looked into different ways to open a company. One way was to open a company in any tax haven country, and instead of dealing with the real company, deal with such kind of company in a tax haven country. So what is a tax haven country? Tax haven country is a country where there are minimum tax liabilities on individuals and businesses. Going back a few years, in 1998, to prevent such taxes, Hutchison Telecommunication International Limited, which is a Hong Kong based company, had already established an intermediate company in Cayman Island, which is a tax haven country, which was named as CGP Investment Holdings, and its parent company was Hutchison Telecommunication International Limited. Now, Hutchison SR Limited, an Indian company, had 67% shares in CGP Investment Holdings. It purchased so Vodafone International Holdings, instead of purchasing Hutchison SR Limited, it directly purchased CGP Investment Holdings. Due to its shareholding 67%, it was as good as purchasing Hutchison SR Limited. Therefore, Hutch is now Vodafone. So in this whole transaction, as an Indian company was purchased and sold, so according to the Indian tax department, it was necessary to impose tax on such transactions. So Vodafone said that we haven't purchased Hutchison SR Limited, the Indian company. We have purchased CGP Investment Holdings, and which is situated in Cayman Islands, which is a tax haven country. So what can we do if Hutchison SR Limited has 67% shares in CGP Investment Holdings? So we are not liable to pay any kind of tax. So having no option, Indian government filed a case against Vodafone International Holdings in Bombay High Court, which Indian government won on 3rd December 2008. The agreement was, Vodafone argument, we have purchased an Indian company, so why should we pay tax, and we don't have any place of establishment in India. CBDT argument, an Indian company is involved, therefore Vodafone had to pay TDS. So Vodafone lost the case and Indian government won the case on 3rd December 2008. Vodafone was liable to pay Rs 25,000 million as TDS within 3 weeks. Vodafone deposited such money but challenged the verdict of Bombay High Court in the Supreme Court, where the Indian government lost the case in January 2012. This proved to be the biggest loophole in Indian taxation schemes and policies. So taking advantage of this loophole, Vodafone got exempted from tax. So what was this loophole? Supreme Court stated that Indian tax department doesn't have any authority to impose tax on overseas transaction taking place abroad, and also ordered to refund TDS with 25,000 million plus 4% interest. The Indian government lost around rupees 12,000 crore in this whole case and recommended a retrospective change to the Income Tax Act to avoid any such consequences in future. The then President Pranab Mukherjee announced that if an Indian company is involved in any transaction, even indirectly, it had to pay TDS and CGT. After such amendment in the Income Tax Act, government reopened the case and demanded tax from Vodafone, and this matter is still pending in an international arbitrary panel. One point to note here is government demanded payment of TDS from Vodafone, but government never demanded CGT from Hutch. So in August 2017, government demanded Hutch to pay 32,320 crore as CGT, and now this case is also going to go long. So this was the whole case of Vodafone and Hutch, which made the Indian tax department all bonkers. Thank you.